Hi, everybody. I'm Jeff Lance from Picasso Piano Academy. Have you ever noticed that professional athletes have rituals? Oh, yeah. Basketball players, baseball players, tennis players, golfers. They do things over and over and over again the same way. For instance, Stephen Curry from the Golden State Warriors, who's arguably one of the best shots ever in the history of basketball, he walks up to the free throw line, sets his feet exactly where he wants them, right? He bounces the ball once, not twice, boom. He gets better than 9 out of 10. And Steve Nash, he actually holds the free throw record. He goes up, sets his feet, does 2 air free throws. Just practice. And then the ref gives him the ball, and then he shoots about 91%. Let's see, baseball. Pedro Martinez, one of the best pitchers of all times for the Boston Red Sox. If you look at him in slow motion, pitch after pitch after pitch, he does exactly the same thing. He sets his feet in the same place. He does the same windup, the same delivery with predictable results. Why do you suppose they do these things the same way? They do it for consistency. Now, the things that we can't see on all these athletes when they're doing their rituals, we can't see what their mental process is. But their mental process is just as important and just as systematized as their physical process. So, playing piano is also an athletic endeavor. So I'm going to show you 8 things to do when you sit down to play piano before you play your first note. And I'm doing this so that you'll have better consistency, you'll have better outcomes when it comes to performing live. Okay, let's get going. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is sit on the edge of your bench like this. You don't want to have too much of the bench underneath you. I don't know why, but this causes pianists to slouch when they've got so much bench underneath them. Okay, so that's the first thing to do. The second thing to do is to put your feet flat on the floor in front of you. Not this, but do this. Okay, now make sure that your right foot is in a position so that you can pivot on your right heel and get your toe up to the sustain pedal. Otherwise, keep your feet flat on the floor in front of you. The third thing is make sure your head is held high. Okay, pretend there's a string attached to the crown pulling your head up. All right? The fourth thing is make sure your shoulders are down and relaxed. Too many times I see students and even professional pianists out there that are playing like this. Well, over the long haul, you're going to have problems. It's going to affect your ability to just play. And you're going to get tense, and that's going to totally mess up your performance and your practices. Okay. The next one, step 5, is just hands to the keyboard. Make sure your fingers are curved, and make sure that all 5 of your fingers are over the whites of the keys. Very important. Sometimes, they start out like this. And then your thumbs are over here. It's no good. Make sure your fingers are curved, and make sure all your fingers are over the white keys. Okay, step 6, level your hands. Make sure they're not like that. Keep them level. You're going to have the best chance of having a relaxed, successful practice and performance if you make that a habit. Okay, and step 7, check your spine once again. This is especially for beginners that are just getting into doing these steps, because when your spine is erect, there's a possibility that you might be too far from the piano. If you're checking and make sure that you're really vertical, and if you have to lean into the piano, well, that's no good. As opposed to having an unvertical spine, move your bench in so that when you're playing in a relaxed fashion, your spine is vertical. Okay, so number 8 on the checklist is, what are you thinking about before you play? You need to make sure that when all these other 7 things are done, give yourself a couple of seconds before you start playing and just think about what you're going to do. Envision at least the first couple of measures. Make sure it's the right tempo. Make sure you're in the right frame of mind and run through those notes and how you're going to do them. Okay? And finally, start relaxed and stay relaxed. And if at any time during a rehearsal or even a performance, you find yourself bending over when your spine should be straight, you're bouncing your feet aren't flat in the floor in front of you, your shoulders tighten up, Your fingers are not curved anymore. Your thumbs are out over the keys. If you find yourself doing anything like this, just come back. Come back to feet flat on the floor. Come back to setting up straight. Come back to shoulders relaxed. Start out relaxed. Stay relaxed. Okay, by developing a ritual of having a consistent default position, you're going to have the best chance of having a stress-free and successful performance and practice session. So I hope you got something good out of this. Don't forget to crush that subscribe button and smash the like button, and we'll see you next time.